Papers to be laid on the table. Sri Santosh Kumar Gangwar.
आदरणीय सभापति जी, आपकी अनुमति से आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची में मेरे नाम के सामने क्रम संख्या 1 पर वर्णित विवरण मैं सदन के पटल पर रखता हूं।
Sri Hardeep Singh Puri.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay the papers listed against my name at serial number 2 in today's revised list of business.
Sri Krishnapal.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं आपकी अनुमति से आज की कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 3 पर अपने नाम के समक्ष सूचीबद्ध दस्तावेज जो कि मुख्य आयुक्त दिव्यांगजन वर्ष 2014-15 की वार्षिक रिपोर्ट है, कुछ सदन के पटल पर रखता हूँ।
Sri G. Kishan Reddy.
Honorable Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I raise to lay on the table of the House the papers listed against my name at serial number 4 in today's revised list of business.
Sri Ramdas Atwara.
Respected Chairman, sir, I lay on the table of the House papers listed against my name at serial number 5 in today's revised list of business. Thank you.
Sri Ratanlal Kataria.
मान्यवर सभापति महोदय, राज्यसभा की आज की कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 6 पर मेरे नाम के समक्ष वर्णित दस्तावेजों की प्रति सभा पटल पर रखता हूं। थैंक यू। धन्यवाद।
Message from Lok Sabha Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha sitting held on 6th of March 2020 passed 1. The Mineral Laws Amendment Bill 2020 and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2020. I lay a copy each of the said bills on the table.
Reports of the Department Led Standing Committee, Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce. Sri Vijay Sai Reddy. Sri Om Prakash Mahadur. श्री सुशील कुमार गुप्ता जी।
आदरणीय सभापति महोदय, मैं आज की कार्यवाही में मेरे नाम के समक्ष सूचीबद्ध विभाग संबंधित वाणिज्य संबंधित स्थायी समिति के 152वां और 153वां प्रतिवेदन अंग्रेजी तथा हिंदी में प्रस्तुत करता हूं।
सप्लीमेंट्री डिमांड्स फॉर ग्रांट्स श्री अनुराग सिंह ठाकुर।
behalf of my senior colleague,
please,
I rise to lay on the table a statement in English and Hindi showing the supplementary demand
this is not going on record.
2019-20, sir.
Chairman. आप ऐसा करते रहेंगे, मैं चुप बैठूं क्या? क्या इतना दिन चलेगा ऐसा? मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मन में बहुत पीड़ा हो रही। ये तो हाउस, ये तो हाउस। You want to defy the chair? You want to challenge the chair? I have to name you. Ghulam Nabi, what is this? This is nothing is going on record. Their names has to go on record saying they try to disturb the house. Take note. I have to inform members that a letter has been received from Sri Beni Prasad Verma, member stating due to his health he is unable to attend the sittings of the current 251st session from 2nd March 2020 to 3rd April 2020. He has therefore requested for grant of leave of absence from 2nd March 2020 to 3rd April 2020 during the current 251st session of the Rajya Sabha. Does he have the permission of the House to remain absent from 2nd March to 3rd April 2020 during the current session of the Rajya Sabha? Permission to remain absent is granted. Honourable members, as we have earlier discussed and also received a notice from the leader of the opposition and others about the need to provide relief to right-affected people and families in Delhi, and also ask for an inquiry commission. I wanted to have the discussion today because the Lok Sabha also is taking up discussion of Home Ministry is there. We will have the discussion in the first hour tomorrow morning about this. And members have to be ready. Huh?
Ban was there on the Kerala media.
Lifted, that has been done, please.
And we give notice also, sir.
No, without your... Please, please, this is not going on record. Unnecessarily, why are you wasting time? Already we are taking up tomorrow. Zero hour, Srimati Janna Das Vaidya, Srimati Janna Das Vaidya. Please, बैठ जाइए अपना. Go to your seats. Go to your seats. Go to your seats. The House is adjourned to meet at 2 p.m. today.
A statement by Minister Sri S. Jaishankar to make a statement on the Indians stranded in Iran due to COVID-19 situation.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I rise to apprise this august House of some recent developments pertaining to Indians stranded in Iran as a result of the coronavirus situation. The House is already aware of the efforts government has made to bring back Indians from Wuhan in China by mounting 3 flights to the city. Thereafter, we brought back the crew and passengers of a cruise ship in Japan that was affected by coronavirus. These evacuations also included some foreign nationals.
It's being distributed.
Our focus
Before the minister starts.
Please.
Our focus since has shifted to Iran in view of the sharp increase of coronavirus in that country. As per available information, there are 6,000 Indian nationals in various provinces of Iran. These include about 1,100 pilgrims, mainly from the Union territories of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir and the state of Maharashtra. Nearly 300 students, primarily from the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, about 1,000 fishermen, including from Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat, and others who are on a longer-term stay visa in Iran for pursuing their livelihood and religious studies. As government started receiving information about the spike in coronavirus cases in Iran, as a precautionary measure, direct flights between India and Iran were temporarily suspended with effect from 27 February. Advisories were issued to avoid travel and returning passengers were started to be screened. This is an ongoing exercise. Our embassy in Tehran and consulates in Bandar Abbas and Zahedan naturally reached out immediately to Indian nationals in Iran to ascertain their welfare. An advisory was issued asking our nationals to observe appropriate precautions. Emergency contact details of the Indian mission were put out. Embassy and consulate officials have been reassuring Indian nationals and ensuring they are in good health and had adequate provisions. I mention this as an overall approach, but also with specific reference to the fishermen community whose welfare has been raised with me by a number of honorable members. Given the large number of Indians in Iran, it was natural that we should seek to sequence their return, taking into account their location and exposure. The initial focus is on visiting pilgrims. Many of them are in Qom, where coronavirus incidence has been strong. The nature of their residency also increases the risks of exposure. Age is also a factor that has taken into account. As their welfare is being currently addressed, we are now also focusing on Indian students. Many of them are studying medicine and are fully aware of the precautions to be taken in this difficult situation. The embassy is in regular contact with them as a group. Our understanding is that the region where most fishermen are located has not been so affected so severely. These factors will guide our approach in the coming days. Over the last few days, government has been making focused efforts for the safe return of stranded Indians. Given the scale of COVID-19 infection and its pressures on Iran's own resources, a team of 6 Indian health officials has been deputed to Iran in order to set up testing and sampling facilities there. The first batch of 108 samples were received in India on 7 March. These were tested and 58 Indian pilgrims, 25 men, 31 women and 2 children who tested negative were repatriated in a special IAF C-17 flight on 10 March. We have also received samples of 529 more Indians on this flight, which are being tested in the National Institute of Virology, Pune. We continue to collect more samples in Tehran, and our endeavor is to ensure the earliest possible return of our nationals after appropriate testing and screening. We are working with Iranian authorities to operate some limited commercial flights for facilitating early return of remaining Indians after testing them. Our embassy staff and the medical team are working round the clock under difficult conditions to ensure the objective of earliest possible return. The House will appreciate their operational constraints given that there are restrictions that have been instituted for public health reasons in Iran. It is not easy to organize transport, accommodation, and other logistics. The Iranian system is naturally stretched, and we appreciate their cooperation in these circumstances. During my recent visit to Srinagar, I took the initiative to meet the parents of some of the students who are in Iran. Their anxiety at this time is completely understandable. I shared with them in great detail the ground situation and sought their understanding. I assured them that government would facilitate the earliest possible return of their children. Our consulate in Bandar Abbas are in touch with the Indian fishermen who are in the southern provinces of Iran, including in the cities of Asaluye, Chiruye, and Kish. Some of them have been visited and others would be soon. Provisions of essential supplies to them is being ensured. As per available information, they are all in good health. I would like to strongly emphasize that the government remains fully committed towards the safety and welfare of our nationals in any part of the world. This has been the hallmark of our foreign policy. The House will surely appreciate the few other nations have done what we have with respect to the end COVID-19. The global coronavirus situation is being monitored on a continuous basis by a group of secretaries headed by Cabinet Secretary and a group of ministers chaired by Minister of Health and Family Welfare. My ministerial colleague has already apprised the House of measures being taken to control and contain the spread of virus in the country. Prime Minister himself has reviewed the situation from time to time. We have been regularly issuing travel advisories and visa guidelines that reflect the situations in countries of concern. E-visas and visa on arrival have been temporarily suspended in certain cases. Precautionary measures are also being taken on all our land borders as well as air and sea entry points. The situation in Italy is now emerging as a cause of great concern. I would like to share with the honourable members the steps in this regard have already been initiated. The challenge is growing by the day in Europe, and we will have to respond accordingly. I am confident that the honourable members of this House would join me in commending the efforts of our medical team, the officials of the Indian Embassy and Consulate, the Indian Air Force crew, and all those in India who have worked tirelessly and selflessly to ensure that our people in Iran are safe and can return expeditiously. The coronavirus challenge will require a focused and sustained effort on our part, and we will keep the House apprised of subsequent developments.
Thank you. Clarification by Sri Vinay Vishwam. Please, I will go by the names, please. Sri Vinay Vishwam. Sir, oh, please, I have not seen.
सर, माननीय फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने अभी जो वक्तव्य दिया तो ये अच्छी बात है कि हमारे देश के लोग जो चाइना या दूसरे देशों में हैं उनके लाने का प्रयास किया जा रहा है और किया भी। इसकी तो सराहना करते हैं हम। 12-13 दिन पहले जो संडे था उस दिन संडे को भी मैंने विदेश मंत्री जी को तकलीफ़ दी और इनका रिस्पांस बहुत अच्छा था, क्योंकि कश्मीर से टेलीफोन आ रहे थे कि 800 से लेकर 1000 तक बच्चे ईरान की अलग अलग यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में पढ़ते हैं और बहुत सारी संख्या वहाँ पिलग्रिमेज के लिए भी गई। तो उनका बंदोबस्त होना चाहिए। तो माननीय फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने ये बताया था कि वहाँ सुविधाएं नहीं हैं ईरान के अंदर उनकी टेस्टिंग की एयरपोर्ट पे। तो हमने WHO से बात की है और वो यहाँ से कोऑर्डिनेट करके वहाँ अपने लोग भेजें और एयरपोर्ट पे टेस्ट करें और तुरंत अगले दिन से ही मंडे से इस पे कार्रवाई शुरू करनी चाहिए। तो मैं माननीय फॉरेन मिनिस्टर साहब कल कश्मीर गए थे, बहुत अच्छी बात है, बधाई देता हूँ। मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि इन जो 1000 के करीब बच्चे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में पढ़ते हैं और जो पिलग्रिमेज के लिए वहाँ गए हैं, उनमें से कितने लोग अभी तक हिंदुस्तान वापस अपने देश में लौटे हैं, और अगर नहीं लौटे हैं तो कब तक वो लौटेंगे और उनका स्टेटस क्या है अभी?
थैंक यू। श्री वाइको। श्री वाइको।
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir. I really congratulate our Honorable External Affairs Minister. Actually, on this particular disturbing issue, steps have been taken on war footing. It is my bounden duty to applaud the government. Only one question. Yesterday, I received news from Kanyakumari district. That is, the fishermen, more or less about 1,000 fishermen are there. The news is food is available only for 2-3 days and water also is available for 2-3 days. After that, there is no guarantee. They said, we can't do anything. This is a very serious matter. You kindly take up the issue with the concerned government, Mr.
Please,
Minister.
thank you. Sri A.K. Antony ji.
Sir, I also appreciate the steps already taken by the government and also personally Minister.
Yes.
I hope you will take step in a war footing to bring back all those people, including fishermen from Kerala, to bring back to India at the earliest. Today, I got a phone call from Italy. More than 100 Indians are stranded at Milan airport for the last 24 hours. Out of that, 28 are from Kerala. Last 24 hours, they are in the airport. Now the airport is deserted except Indians are there. They are not getting any food, any help, so they are panicking. And the relatives in our state, they are also panicking. I would like to know what steps the government is taking to bring back Kerala and India, because not only Kerala is, and more than 100 Indians are there. Out of that, 28 are from Kerala. What steps the government is taking to bring them back, and also what urgent step you are taking to give them some food and other relief in the airport. Otherwise, they are panicking. And out of that, 1 or 2 are pregnant women. What steps government is taking to help them in this? Because they are almost the brink of delivery. So what step the government is taking?
Thank you. Sri Derek O'Brien ji.
So last time the health minister made a statement on this subject. We all sat here and made suggestions from the opposition and the House ran. Today on this serious subject, the finance minister made a statement. And the Videsh Mantri made a statement. And we sat here as the opposition and heard, and we are giving suggestions. So I hope the foreign minister is also getting a message as to who his friends are. Two suggestions. One is, and actually to be fair, if you would pass these suggestions on to your health cabinet colleague, because he's not here, fair enough. The first one is not to create panic in any communication which we do. That's the first one. And the second one is to look at what some of the state governments have done in the last 7-8 days while they've been disrupting parliament here. Two suggestions from a state government like mine in Bengal, 2 things which work very well. I want to share those suggestions. One is the isolation wards at all government hospitals. That was done as a precautionary measure, and that has worked very, very well. Now the private hospitals have also adopted that. And the second one, which was a mass campaign, where for prevention as to how much you have to wash your hands and how long it has to go, the Chief Minister herself shot a video sitting in her office, and that has got viral, so more people get to know what to do and what not to do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sri Elamaram Karim.
I do appreciate the steps taken by Ministry of External Affairs. Sir, one thing, I agree with Honorable Sri A.K. Antony. Hundreds of Keralites are blocked in Italy. Several numbers of Keralites, they are in the airport. The air tickets issued are cancelled from the airport. And a group of fishermen in Iran, it is also mentioned in your note. Moreover that, several workers who have come from Gulf countries on leave, they are not in a position to return to their leave, to their job. Our Chief Minister requested to Government of India to intervene in this matter and make arrangements for the transportation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Banda Prakash.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. First of all, I congratulate Honorable Foreign Minister taking immediate steps to bring back the people at Iran and other places of the part of the world. At the same time, I request him, please identify the students from different part of the country who is studying in the different countries where this is affected. Particularly yesterday, there is a news in Canada also it is affected. What is the status of that people who is working in the other, studying and working in the other countries? Particularly from Telangana, so many people, they are studying in China, Uzbekistan, and other countries for medicine. They are doing medicine and other courses. And particularly labor, they are working in the Arab countries, particularly United Arab Emirates and other countries. Please try to do something for that people also.
Thank you,
I once again request you, sir, already Telangana government also started screening in the airports.
You have put your query.
No, I request the government of India also should supply the required equipment to all the state governments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sri Tiruchi Sivaji.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. Sir, we appreciate the External Affairs Minister for the steps he has taken to help the Indian nationals abroad who are affected by coronavirus in an area where they are. And also we appreciate him, sir, that any Indian national who is undergoing some suffering or grievance, if it's brought to his knowledge, immediately the minister responds and people are very happy about it. So, sir, even with this, the steps are very much appreciated. And as per the statement, we understand that only after screening and testing of those people's samples, and if they are found to be negative, they are brought back. Until then, those who are stranded there, especially the fishermen who are from Tamil Nadu, they are lack of food and water and everything, basic amenities. So kindly, please ensure through our embassy that they are fulfilled with their basic needs at least, and also safeguarded from this effect of this coronavirus. And since the Civil Aviation Minister is here, sir, Civil Aviation Minister is here, I suggested earlier and today also I am emphasizing, see, even visitors are not allowed to the Parliament and all holy places are now, it's been advised not to entertain people. Sir, where people commonly move is one of the traveling areas, like especially the aircrafts where foreign nationals or anybody comes. So I would suggest through the Civil Aviation Minister that he can instruct the airlines to give masks to all the passengers. It's not because it's not available in the market. And moreover, people are not so much interested in doing that. But if it's given compulsory at the counter itself, everyone will be having that. That would help many of the people not to be affected.
Thank you, Tiruchi Sivaji.
Thank you.
Sri Naresh Gujral ji. Sri Naresh Gujral. Sri Ravi Prakash Verma ji.
धन्यवाद सर। मैं सरकार के जो प्रयास चल रहे हैं इस संदर्भ में उन पर धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। सर, मैं भारत नेपाल सीमा से आता हूं। सर, वहां जो गौरीफंटा चेक पोस्ट है जिससे धनगढ़ी से सीधे इंटरेक्शन होता है, वहां पर जो हमारा चेक पोस्ट है सर वो एडहॉक है, छपरों में चल रहा है और सर उसका कोई स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है। और साथ ही में जैसे जो लोग आते हैं उनका सैम्पलिंग करने का, उनको चेक करने का कोई दिक्कत, बहुत बड़ी दिक्कत है। और सर जो मेडिकल असिस्टेंस मिल रही है वो ऑलमोस्ट 80% किलोमीटर्स दूर है डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर पर। सर उसके लिए मैं समझता हूँ कि आपको बताने की ज़रूरत है क्या करना है। सर एक चीज़ और जिज्ञासा थी, सर अभी हम कल सुन रहे थे इंग्लैंड का कोई सांसद है, उसने इस बात को कहा है, दावा किया है कि चीन में ये जो जैविक युद्ध की तैयारी चल रही थी ये वहाँ से लीक हुआ है और फैला है। सर हम माननीय पूछना चाहते हैं मंत्री जी से कि अगर ये सच है तो हमारी क्या तैयारी है?
थैंक यू। श्री जोस के मनी, प्लीज बी ब्रीफ इन क्लेरिफिकेशन।
Sir, I appreciate the steps taken by the government of India. I just want to supplement some of the things Andrinji has already addressed the House. We are talking about Iran now. As he said, there are thousands of Indian citizens, especially the majority from Kerala, stranded in Italy. Now the WhatsApp live has come in the airport. They were not given in advance any notice at all. They have taken the ticket. Now the Ministry of Health is given an advice.
Thank you.
They should be tested negative.
Thank you.
COVID-19
Thank you, Josmani
negative.
ji.
I am asked, my question to the government is, suppose an Indian citizen abroad want to come to India, how can we say don't come to India?
Please,
how
please
can
be
we
brief
say
now.
that? But you should take the precautions.
सुशील कुमार गुप्ता, सुशील कुमार गुप्ता।
सभापति महोदय, माननीय मंत्री जी और माननीय हेल्थ मंत्री जी के साथ मिलकर प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी मिले और कोरोना वायरस की जो हालात है उस पर चर्चा के लिए पूरी जो कोशिश दिल्ली की तरफ से होनी चाहिए थी हुई। मैं एक निवेदन करना चाह रहा था माननीय मंत्री जी से, क्योंकि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डा दिल्ली के अंदर बहुत फ्रीक्वेंट ट्रैवलर सारी दुनिया से आते हैं। क्या मंत्री जी ये बताने की कृपा करेंगे जो संक्रमित देशों के वासी हैं, वहाँ के सिटीजन्स हैं, वो हिंदुस्तान में ना आए और दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट पे ना आए, इसके लिए उनका वीजा रजिस्ट्रेशन करने की कोई प्रक्रिया हमने शुरू की है?
धन्यवाद सुशील कुमार गुप्ता जी, धन्यवाद। डॉक्टर अमर पटनायक, प्लीज बी ब्रीफ पटनायक।
So I would like to refer to paragraph 12 of the statement. It's written that the situation in Italy is now emerging as a cause of great concern, and so in other countries in Europe. I was just wondering that the latest report says that about 90 countries in the currently affected, and it is increasing. Our approach, it appears to be on a first come first serve kind of a basis, but if it is there, if too many centers are there, are we prepared to evacuate and do the testing and evacuate nationals at the same time simultaneously? Has a plan been worked out? Secondly, the paragraph number 11, last line, the border across Bihar and Nepal and Bengal and Bangladesh, I thought the land borders are sometimes very porous, whether adequate steps have been taken. Thank you.
Thank you. Sri Vinay Vishram ji.
The whole House is an appreciation of the government and the minister. Sir, excuse me?
Please.
Sir, Corona has become a national calamity. And
please put your query, Vishram ji.
My query is 3 questions I have. Number one.
One query, because I have to finish.
Now, one question is that regarding the workers from the Gulf countries, many of them are now facing difficulties to go back. Please ensure that they will get their jobs once they get back there. Number 2, the masks and sanitizers not available anywhere now. The cost has become 10 times bigger. My request is that the government should think seriously about providing free masks and free sanitizers for the whole people.
It will help if you give some new suggestion. It has been already given. No, last. Srimati Bipla Thakur. No, please. Srimati Bipla Thakur, please.
थैंक यू अध्यक्ष जी। मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि जो वायरल के फैलने का या उसमें शरीर में होने का 2 हफ्ते रखा गया है, लेकिन अब जो है इसको 4 हफ्ते किया जा रहा है। इसलिए मैं कहूँगी मंत्री जी से कि जो बाहर से आते हैं उनको 4 हफ्तों के लिए सुपरविजन के अंदर रखना चाहिए, नहीं तो इसका जो है बड़ा असर खराब होगा, ये मैं कहना चाहती हूँ।
श्री गोयल जी।
सर थैंक यू सर। सर ईरान में मैं गुजरात से आ रहा हूँ, आप सब जानते हैं गुजरात के मछुआरे जो साउथ गुजरात जो बोलता है एरिया, वलसाड़ एरिया, वहाँ से 225 मछुआरे आज भी ईरान में है सर। और वहाँ उनके खाने पीने की कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है, ओपन प्लॉट में रखा गया है। मैंने आरोग्य मंत्री से भी रिक्वेस्ट की थी द डे बिफोर, तो उन्होंने भी मुझे आश्वासन दिया है कि मैं इसके बारे में मैं सोच रहा हूँ। आज यहाँ जब हमारे विदेश मंत्रालय ने जो भी किया है बात, तो मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है, मैं अर्ज करता हूँ कि ये मछुआरे जो वहाँ गए हैं 225 मछुआरे ईरान में है और बाकी थोड़े 200-300 मछुआरे पाकिस्तान की जेल में है। पाकिस्तान की जेल में सर 10 बाई 10 की जो रूम होती है उसमें 30-40 लोग को भर देते हैं। तो सर वहाँ कोरोना का भी बहुत तरह से होने वाला है। मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है गवर्नमेंट से कि उनको तुरंत जल्दी से जल्दी वापस दिया जाए।
प्लीज फिनिश। थैंक यू। माननीय मंत्री, इसके बाद लेना है सर। ओह सॉरी, प्लीज। हाँ
Sir,
Please.
Our leader wants to speak. Okay, I give a leg. Yes. Sir, we appreciate all the concrete, elaborate arrangements which the Government of India, especially the Ministry of External Affairs, our dynamic minister, has done for the safe return as well as for taking care of the Indians stranded elsewhere, especially in Italy and Iran. But referring to the fishermen, I also have pointed out that about 700 fishermen are still stranded in the coast of Chiru, Asalo and Kish. So they are running out of food and water. But as they are in good health, when their samples are tested negative, they can be immediately brought back to the country immediately for I plead the government for a safe return of the fishermen.
Thank you, Vijay.
The second point is some of the pilgrims, they have gone to Italy from Kanyakumari district. So most of the pilgrims, they went for Vatican, Italy, and they are all there. But now we need that immediate safe return of the pilgrims from Italy.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Minister.
So that is our very important request.
Thank you, sir. So, through you, first of all, let me express my appreciation to all the honorable members for their understanding, support on what is a national, in fact, an international challenge. I will very quickly respond to the points raised by various members, beginning with the points raised by Shri Ghulam Nabi Azad ji. At the moment, 58 people have come back from Iran. And since we have about 535 samples which came along with them, whoever tests negative, they will be on the next lot of flights which will come in. Our effort has been by increasing the number of medical personnel to test as many people as we can, as quickly as we can. Once we are through with the pilgrims, we will focus on the students because they are really in a very difficult position. The fishermen, because many people have raised the issue of their worry. The fishermen live in southern Iran, and the coronavirus incidence is not so strong in southern Iran as it is in cities like Qom and in Tehran. But we are looking at the fishermen also. Our consulate in Bandar Abbas is in touch with them. I am myself directly in touch with them as well. They take the phones and I am able to see what they are doing. And I can assure all honorable members that we will ensure that they don't have a problem with food or drink or any other material want at the moment. But people should also understand this is a very difficult time in Iran. That the Iran situation, Iranian system itself is struggling. So I think the advice which Mr. Derek O'Brien gave, which is please don't panic, I would also reiterate that message. And I think today our strategy is there are about 90 countries where there is coronavirus. We have to focus, we have to prioritize, we have to look at very extreme situations. At the moment, after China and the Diamond Princess issue, Iran is an extreme situation, Italy is an extreme situation. There are other cases in Germany, France and Spain. The cases have gone up. As of yesterday, we have cancelled e-visas, suspended e-visas for those countries. So our idea is to limit travel, but focus on those countries where the coronavirus incidence is very strong. Mr. Waiko raised the fishermen issue. I would like to assure him that I will personally ensure that they don't have problems of food and water. Mr. Anthony brought up the issue of people stranded in in Italy, and I think a number of other members of parliament also raised that issue. I would like to assure all honorable members we are very, very cognizant of this problem. The issue arose because the coronavirus is so strong in Italy, we wanted everybody boarding a flight to have a COVID-free certificate. Now, it has been difficult for people to get that in the Italian system because the Italian system is busy treating patients in Italy. So we are hoping by tomorrow to fly in a medical team to Italy, just as we have flown into Iran. We will do the testing of those people and try and put them on very early flights thereafter. I welcome the suggestion which Mr. O'Brien gave. I want to assure him that when I look at the House, everybody is my friend. But with regard to the isolation wards, that is, I think, a direction, cooperative effort which is already underway. And I think Cabinet Secretary is coordinating with all state governments to ensure that every state government hospital has an isolation ward wherever that is feasible. Mr. Karim raised the issue of students from Kerala who are stuck in Italy. I would like to again assure you that is very much Iran and Italy are the two focal points today of our activities. But I also want to tell Dr. Bandha Prakash that students from Telangana are also very much on our radar. We are generally giving students a particular sort of priority because many of them are facing situations where the dormitories have been closed. So they are having a much more difficult time than other people. So we are very sensitive to that. Mr. Trichy Silva raised the issue of fishermen again in Iran. Please be assured, very much on the radar. Regarding the checkpoint which Sri Ravi Prakash Verma ji raised, I will take the details and let me look at that because we are on our land borders trying to channel all movement through checkpoints which have thermal screening because that is the best effort that we can make. So, but in this particular case, I would take the details from you. Mr. Jose Mani also raised the Italy issue, and I would like to inform him that actually the advisory that everybody from Italy should carry a COVID-free certificate was issued about a week ago. Now, it is possible that, many students and young people may not have seen that advisory, so I understand the problem. We are trying to solve the problem, but I do want to tell you it was not a last-minute imposition by us. Quite a lot of notice was given. Regarding the issue which Sushil Gupta ji raised about airport management, I think the group of ministers will be looking at various measures. My colleague from Civil Aviation is with me in that group, and we had a discussion on that today. And the larger issue which Mr. Patnaik raised, that if you have so many countries and so many problems, how will you evacuate and test everybody? The answer to that is, it is not our intention if we were to have a worldwide activity, we are only adding to the panic. I think it's important that we focus on very specific points. Even in China, we basically did Wuhan. We did not do other places in China. They didn't require it. Similarly, in Italy, we are focusing on one or two places. In Tehran, in Iran also, it is mainly Qom and Tehran. So it's a very focused intervention. It's not a general intervention. I note the point which Binay Vishwamji made about people in the Gulf. We will support them. We will make sure that all the embassies are instructed that when they go back, they don't have job difficulties. On the issue of masks, I will pass on that issue to one, of course, Hardeep ji will deal with the free mask issue, and the rest of it I will pass on to Dr. Harshvardhan. On the point which Vimla Thakur ji raised about extending the quarantine, again, I will pass on that point to the group of ministers. Regarding what Sri Gohel raised about fishermen, I want to assure him there are no food issues right now, but again, I will continually monitor that. And finally, I do want to tell you we will ensure that even the fishermen from your state who are there, their welfare will be personally supervised by us. Please be assured. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Legislative business, the Constitution's Scheduled Tribes. Legislative business, the Constitution's Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2019. Sri Arjun Munda to move that the following amendments made by the Lok Sabha in the Constitution's Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2019 be taken into consideration, namely
आदरणीय सभापति
मामूली संशोधन का 2 शब्दों का बिल
संविधान अनुसूचित जनजातियां आदेश संशोधन विधेयक 2019 में लोकसभा द्वारा किए गए निम्नलिखित संशोधन पर विचार करने का प्रस्ताव रखता हूं। संशोधन का पाठ पृष्ठ संख्या 1 पंक्ति 1 पर 70वें के स्थान पर 71वें को रखा जाए। पृष्ठ 1 पंक्ति 3 पर 2019 के स्थान पर 2020 को रखा जाए।
Motion moved. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Sri Arjun Munda to move that the amendments made by the Lok Sabha in the bill be agreed to. The question is that the amendments made by the Lok Sabha in the Mr. Arjun Munda, please move.
I move that the amendments. मैं प्रस्ताव को लोकसभा द्वारा विधेयक में किए गए संशोधन पर सहमति व्यक्त की जाए।
The question is that the amendments made by the Lok Sabha in the bill be agreed to. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The amendments are agreed to. Honorable members, please one minute, please. I'll come. Please, Mr. Alaram Karim, take your seat. I'll give time. Please. Just 1 minute, please let me say something. I'll just complete. Please, Binay Viswamji, let me speak some few points. Honorable members, 2 बड़े important bill house के सामने हैं, जिन्हें आज हमें clear करना है. Please. दोनों के लिए 2 घंटे टाइम एलोकेटेड है। दोनों ऑर्डिनेंस रिप्लेसिंग बिल हैं। आप इसका महत्व समझते हैं। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बिल्स हैं जिनको आज हम प्रॉपरली डिस्कस करके हम दें, इसलिए क्योंकि ऑनरेबल प्रेसिडेंट का 13 तक इसमें एसेंट होना है और आप जानते हैं कि ऑर्डिनेंस लैप्स होने पर ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव क्राइसिस होगी। इसलिए सर्टेन फॉर्मेलिटीज हैव टू बी कंप्लीटेड टुडे बिफोर सेंडिंग फॉर द एसेंट। इन और व्यू ये पार्लियामेंट चल रही तो ऑर्डिनेंस भी हम दोबारा नहीं ला सकते, आप जानते हैं। द हाउस इज इन ऑलरेडी सेशन, सो वी कैन नॉट ब्रिंग ऑर्डिनेंस, तो बहुत एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव क्राइसिस होगी। हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि हम इन बिल्स को लें। ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स काइंडली कोऑपरेट प्लीज। After LOP, I will allow.
You take Rule 29 now first, please. I'm requesting you. It's a point of order on Rule 29. If this was so, Rule 29 list of business, you are now sharing with us your sentiments, which is fair, that the time of the ordinance is running out. So I came late, so I had to, for the flight. So because I came late, so I have to jump the queue. No, listen to this, sir, please. If this was so important, why was this not listed in the list of business in the morning? Why? You want the opposition to cooperate. You don't do your homework. Why could not this have been listed in the morning? It has come here listed at 10 minutes past 2 as supplementary business. My question to you, sir, please let the government answer this question. I want this to pass. This is a good ordinance. But why don't they follow the basic rules of a parliamentary democracy?
Right. I'll come. I'll come, Derek ji. I'll come to your point.
सर, 2 चीज़ें। एक तो ये हम जानते हैं कि बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण ऑर्डिनेंस है। ये भी जानते हैं कि लैप्स अगर हो गया तो अभी सेशन के बीच में इसको दोबारा ऑर्डिनेंस इशू नहीं कर सकते हैं। लेकिन दो महत्वपूर्ण इशू मेरे कुलीग ने उठाए कि 5 दिन पहले ये तय हुआ था कि आज के दिन दिल्ली डिस्कशन में आएगा 11 तारीख को। उस दिन इस बिल के बारे में कोई चर्चा नहीं हुई, तो 5 दिन पहले भी नहीं बताया, फिर आज की बिजनेस में भी नहीं लगा था, दोपहर के बाद ये बिजनेस में लगा। उसके बाद भी हम चाहते हैं कि ये ऑर्डिनेंस पास हो जाए, लेकिन मुझे अभी आपने मान लिया डिप्टी चेयरमैन साहब, आपने बताया कि ऑर्डिनेंस की अवधि परसों खत्म हो जाने वाली 13 तारीख को।
एसेंट मिल रहा है,
एसेंट मिल रहा है,
उसके पहले की प्रक्रिया
या प्रक्रिया सब प्रक्रिया मैं बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह से जानता हूं, इतने साल पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर रह के। उस दिन अगर इसकी कल खत्म हो रही थी, आई वॉज गिवन टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कल खत्म हो रहा, तो तब तो आपको एक रात जरूरी चाहिए, क्योंकि आप यहां पास करके सीधे मिनिस्ट्री से और सीधे राष्ट्रपति जी को कह नहीं सकते आज, तो आपको तो 24 आवर्स माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी को देने ही है। तो मुझे ये मालूम था कि कल खत्म हो रहा था, तो मैं आज के लिए भी तैयार था, लेकिन चूंकि अगर परसों खत्म हो रहा है तो परसों तक के लिए बहुत टाइम है। अगर ये कल हम सुबह पास करेंगे और दोपहर के बाद आप दिल्ली लीजिए, उसमें मेरे ख्याल में मेरे कलीग मान जाएंगे, पहला आइटम डू वी एग्री दैट। तो अगर हम कल सुबह 11 बजे माननीय फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर जी, अगर मैं यहाँ नोट कर रहे हैं, पॉजिटिव नोट कर रहे हैं, अफर्मेटिव नोट कर रहे हैं हमारे नोट, कि अगर कल हम 11 बजे बाकी चीज़ों को अलग रख के आपके 2 बिल लंच तक हम पास कर देंगे और 2 बजे हम दिल्ली पे डिस्कशन करेंगे, तो हमारे साथियों को भी कोई आपत्ति नहीं होगी, और जो आज के लिए हमने 267 दिया है उसमें भी बाधा नहीं पड़ेगा और ऑर्डिनेंस भी पास होगा, माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी की अनुमति भी मिल जाएगी। मेरे ख्याल में मैं दूसरा बीच में मिडवे सोल्यूशन आपको देता हूं, वरना कुछ नहीं होगा।
So I'm actually indeed very grateful that the leader of the opposition, Azad Saab, sahi bol rahe hain Vishay, and I also take into cognizance Honorable Member O'Brien's words that why didn't you put it earlier in the schedule of business. I want to humbly submit, it's not to contradict their point, but I want to humbly submit that this bill, even as the ordinance is in place till tomorrow, and I had highlighted the fact that I need at least 12 hours before I approach the Rashtrapati ji on this. I just want to place it in the record here that this was being considered by the standing committee, and as soon as the committee's report had come, that day itself we had approached the Lok Sabha and it got passed. Yes, in the morning itself this could have been discussed, I agree, I concede that point. And I must appreciate Azad ji, because he was very gracious enough to point this point out and said that he will definitely like to cooperate in the interest of the legislation. And I appreciate his gesture, but I would humbly submit that the House please do take this into consideration.
Sir, my only request is, both these ordinances were passed. I fully agree that it should have been included in the regular list of business. No, please. And because Lok Sabha could pass only on Friday at around 2 o'clock, and by that time the Rajya Sabha was adjourned, so that's why it was circulated well in advance, but only it is brought in supplementary list of business. My appeal is, since both the ordinances are lapsing on 13th itself, so instead of doing it tomorrow, as it is, we are discussing other issues tomorrow. I appeal to the all opposition members, all parties, that today let it be taken, and tomorrow we can discuss in length all the whatever the opposition wants.
Just let me. I'll come. Derek ji ने जो point उठाया था, I'll just reply to that. यह बिल लोकसभा में फ्राइडे को पास हुआ। आप जानते हैं हाउस नहीं चल रहा था। जब फ्राइडे को पास होने के बाद देन इट हैज़ टू बी रिपोर्टेड हियर बाय सेक्रेटरी जनरल, तभी रिवाइज्ड उसमें बिजनेस में सप्लीमेंट्री बिजनेस में आएगा। इसलिए और बिना हाउस की अनुमति के ये लग नहीं सकता। इसलिए दिस आई मीन
let us look for a reconciliation. We are not making a big issue. For 5 days we've been asking for a discussion on healing Delhi. We're not getting it. I'm not getting into egos here. The leader of the opposition has made a genuine statement on behalf of all in the opposition. What earth will fall down tomorrow that there is, tomorrow you bring it, we're all saying this. There has to be some give and take. Otherwise, last minute make a telephone call, meet us. We want this house to run. We want this ordinance to become, not to lapse. We are cooperating. But we want this house to run. Why is the government having this big arrogance that, we'll show you our way? We don't want it to run that way. Tomorrow he has
Derek ji, just please just मैं again I will appeal to LOP just
मेरे ख्याल में आपको बहुत अच्छा कोऑपरेशन सारी अपोजिशन की तरफ से मिल रहा है और जिसमें आपकी श्योरिटी है 1 बजे तक ये बिल पास होगा। उसके बाद बहुत समय 24 घंटे हैं माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के, नॉट ओनली फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर 12 घंटे, मैं कहता हूँ 24 घंटे हैं, 36 घंटे हैं इस बिल को पास करने के लिए। तो आपका सुबह दोपहर से पहले ये बिल पास हो जाएगा, ये हम गारंटी आपको देते हैं। दैट्स द फर्स्ट आइटम। अब ये प्रॉब्लम सरकार की रहती है हर वक्त प्रेस्टीज पे, तो आप फिर काम खराब कर लेते हैं।
सर, लेट मी जस्ट ऐड वन थिंग फॉर क्लैरिटी सर। सर फर्स्ट
मैं तो इकोनॉमिस्ट नहीं हूं, मैं तो किसी इकोनॉमी सब्जेक्ट पे नहीं बोलता। हमारे लोगों को जिनको बोलना है बिल पे, उनको अभी मैं चिदम्बरम जी को अभी बिल मंगा के दिया, क्योंकि ये सुबह की बिजनेस में लगा नहीं था। अगर ये आज के बिजनेस में लगा, अब मैं चिदम्बरम जी को कहूंगा बोले तो ये कहते मैंने बिल नहीं पढ़ा है, तो आई कांट ब्लेम दिस बिकॉज दिस वाज नॉट लिस्टेड। हैड दिस बीन लिस्टेड एज प्रायोरिटी number 1, not only Mr. Chidambaram, maybe Jairam, maybe Anand Sharma, maybe some. So nobody has gone through this bill.
So just for
please
one minute, one clarification. So I just want to
कृपया सीट पर बैठकर रवि
sir.
जी ना बोलें।
I'm not taking members' time to speak. I'm just wanting to clarify. I'm sure you also explained that from the chair, sir. The ordinances are lapsing on the 12th, and I know you explained it to the opposition that the process, and you also recognize that, sir. Both the ordinances are lapsing tomorrow.
मेरा पुनः आग्रह होगा कि चूंकि दोनों ऑर्डिनेंस कल लैप्स हो रहे हैं, इसलिए इस बिजनेस को हम लें। मैं एलओपी से भी आग्रह करूंगा, पूरे हाउस से आग्रह करूंगा, इसको लें। I'll request all of you, you know the importance of this. I'm happy you all have agreed to discuss it, but please see the importance of the ordinances. Please, again I will appeal to LOP and all other leaders, including leaders, let us find out way. सदन की कार्रवाई 3:10 तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती।
माननीय सभासदों, माननीय उपसभापति जी,
सदन की कार्रवाई 15 मिनट के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
माननीय सभासदों, माननीय उपसभापति जी।
माननीय पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर।
Sir, as agreed in your chamber, tomorrow with the Honorable Leader of Opposition and other leaders of the various political parties, tomorrow from 11 o'clock we will take up both the ordinance. One is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and another is Mines and Mineral Amendment ordinance, both we will take tomorrow. First we will finish those ordinance tomorrow, and after that the discussion on the Delhi situation. This is what is agreed, and I appeal to the all leaders to kindly cooperate.
Sir, we have no objection, as the entire opposition is of the opinion that tomorrow afternoon we'll take up the Delhi situation and aftermath, and in the morning 11 o'clock we'll have these two ordinances for discussion. So I would request that till tomorrow the House be adjourned, and so tomorrow 11 o'clock we'll take.
मैं तो फिर भी लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन सारे सदस्यों से अपील करना चाहूँगा कि रिलोकेट एंड पास दिस टू थिंग्स, इट्स ऑल डिपेंड्स। पर चूंकि आप सब ने तय किया है उसके अनुसार सेंस ऑफ द हाउस स्टैंड्स एडजॉर्न टिल 11 hours ऑन थर्सडे द 12th March 2020।